I'm gonna pull out the Bronze Series 7. This is, I would highly suggest for the Bronze Series 7 to be an investment in your tools, just because it cuts really fast. It has its own cleaner stand, and also online it goes for like $250, I think, $230. But some certain places they can price match, and it cuts really smooth. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and use this, and I'm not gonna make the guide wire for the Bronze Series 7 for the Bronze to all the way up, but it'll just be more for the lower part. And pull his ear down a little bit right here. And as you can see, I'm just going to drop it down a little bit. I'm following the way of his hair grain, how it goes. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of the part, for the rest of the head. And with the Bronze also, it cuts so smooth, and I have these as well, the wall shaver sharper. These work really good as well, but I just found, like, you know, you invest in your tools, a little bit more money, they'll invest back to you. And his hair is really coarse for having straight hair. It's pretty coarse. So as I work on this, I'll then show you guys my new tool that I have. And I'm pretty excited to show you guys. The ProMate Precisioners. These are the newest clippers to my. It's called the Professional ProMate Precisioners. This is the newest addition to my arsenal. And I really like these clippers a lot, and you'll see why, you'll understand. If you put them on, if you have them in your hand, they're a little bit bigger than the Styliner 2s if you're familiar with them, but it has a really good grip on it. It feels really sturdy as far as like when you're doing lineups and stuff like that, and we'll see it right now. But also it has a really strong motor, and also has a very unique design to it, and it has a matte black, and also is already equipped with a ProMate adjusted blade, so I didn't do any kind of adjustments to it. And it's also a longer cord, and that matters a lot, especially with like liners and stuff like that, because everything gets tangled. So what I have is the Precisioners right here, and it has the bottom switch right here, not the typical one that's on the side, but the bottom switch. And it's already bald, and you can already see that it's bald. But these Precisioners, it gets lower, and it helps me take out that bottom line so much easier than anti-steal liners, for sure. And again, I'm not sure if you can hear, but all those little 1, 2, 3 little hairs that I'm cutting, that's all part of the process of taking out the bald fade part. So, and if you watched my videos before, I've used the ProMate blade, but this is actually the father of the ProMate blade, because this is a ProMate trimmer with the ProMate blade on top of it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the skin up a little bit high, just so I can knock out. Like when you stretch the skin out, it helps as far as when you're shaving anybody. Whenever you shave, you always want to pull. Okay, and also I'm going to put the clipper straight on his head this way instead of having it going up. I'm going to put it straight on this way. I'm going to use the corner of the blade. That's going to even help it out even a lot more. Okay. And so since I did my guideline pretty low with the Bronze Series 7, it helps the, here I'm going to use my finger, my index finger, as almost like a guide itself. And I'm going to start in the middle of his head. I'm going to go left to right. And these seriously are pencils in my hand. Like, I've had these for about a week and I got to enjoy it, but now I'm doing like a cool little demo for it. So I'm gonna work on the side, and his side is a little bit it's a little bit shallow, so we're gonna have to compensate that line a little bit. So we might have to push it back just a tiny bit, but not too much, just enough to make it look clean and crisp. So I'm gonna use a full guard, a full blade, right there. Can you see each other?
Mm-hmm.
Take a step back, check it out, put his head down a little bit. Now I'm going to come right here, do that. And remember to always cut off the little forehead hairs. Always cut off the little forehead hairs. Alright. Now we can see that part right there. And I'm going to go ahead and, if you want, you can just follow. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to look at his line. Take a step back. See where it matches. And I'm going to come right to left. Okay. The hardest part about doing somebody's top line is matching it evenly. So a good reference to use that is the eyebrows. See where you left the eyebrows last time. Just remembering. And again, now I'm using my middle finger as a guide for when I line them up instead of my index. Look at the mirror. The corner is right there. And it makes it so much easier and so much more relaxing when you know that the liners, the actual blade is already preset professionally. So right out the box they're already hitting, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up before we get on to the next segment. And for the next segment, I am going to hit them with a little nice design or a little nice part and top it off. Now I'm going to work on a part that I've seen on the internet or whatever, but I'm going to put my own little twist in it. Again, I'm going to use the ProMate Precisioners. Man, I love these joints right here. So I'm going to start on this side, I'm going to end over here. Before you do any kind of part or design, you always want to visual it on their head before you actually put it in, because sometimes it doesn't work out. When you're a more experienced barber, that's when you can kind of just like let your hands go. But for right now, since we're beginner barbers, we're just gonna try to imagine what it looks like before it actually is on the canvas. Okay? So I'm pulling out my brush now, brand new brush. Okay? I'm gonna start right here. Okay. So that's my starting point. And as you can see from just the liner itself, one dab and it gets it there easily.